The future of Manchester United is in our academy, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe knows this. That is why, in his approach as he tries to rebuild this club, Sir Jim has made it clear the investment is going to be largely on the academy. Welcome to the United Sport. Now, in this video, we are going to look at the Manchester United Academy and some of our products and how we've got quite a number of good young players coming up. And if we do things right, we might actually be back to the top because, I mean, history has it clear. The success that Sir Alex Ferguson enjoyed at Manchester United was largely owed to the investment that he put and the time he put in the Manchester United Academy. My name is Webb. Subscribe and let's get into this talk. Now, you look at Manchester United and the players we have from Kobe Mainoo, Kwambala now coming up. Name them. We've got so many good young players that have come from our academy. And people are saying right now, the academy players seem to, first of all, have the heart for the club. And these are the advantages of having academy players. They have the heart of the club. They fight for the badge. That is why you will see Scott McTominay, who might not be one of the highest paid players. And in fact, he is one of the least paid players in our senior team, earning just about £60,000 per week. But he plays his heart out, and that is why Eric Ten Hag will always put him ahead and even give him the captain's armband. I was watching an interview of him earlier today with the high performance, and I've actually liked Scott McTominay. He may not be your best player at Manchester United, but he's a club player. I now understand why managers from Jose Mourinho, who gave him his first chance at Manchester United, have kept him there and kept trying to give him a chance in the club. His story is touching, talking about how between 16 and 18, he was too small and he couldn't play football. He didn't kick a ball at all because his legs were hurting, but still was kept there patiently. They were patient with him, and guess what? Now he manages to break into the senior team in such a torrid time at the club. Whereas the captain's armband, honestly, I would be a witch not to give it up to him. So, Scott, not your best player, but I'm beginning to think twice. Maybe we can keep him around because he has got the heart of the club. But the academy of Manchester United has produced players, and I've noticed something about this academy and how the players that come from the academy are different. Look at most of them. Look at players like Tom Heaton. Tom Heaton is a United Academy player. When I was at Carrington, he was one of the few players who stopped and signed autographs for each and every one, speaking to us like he knew us. He was so humble. Tom Heaton in his Audi, black Audi. I saw Johnny Evans is also an academy player. Never mind them leaving later, of course, to go on loan elsewhere. But Tom Heaton came from Wrexham, joined Man United, I think in 2002. Johnny Evans joined the United Academy in 2004. So this academy has a way of grooming players. Scott McTominay, and I'll keep referring to his interview because he revealed a lot. He spoke about how Paul McGuinness we used to prepare them as young kids, shouting at them. Even when they had a good game, he would come and shout at them to try and prepare them for what's coming. The Academy of Manchester United, I think, just knows how to produce players. Now, look at the generation of today, led by Scott, because he might be one of the most senior of the lot. Scott McTominay and Marcus Rashford. These players, some of the best players at United now, when you look to the future, are from the academy. Look at Kobe Mainoo, who to me is my number one. He's an academy product. Look at Alejandro Garnacho, he's an academy product. Look at Willie Akwambala, he's an academy product. So what Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Omar Berada, his job has been cut out clearly. The job now for them is to try and re-strengthen the Manchester United Academy, and it is clear Omar Berada has stated that they do not in his time, they're not going to allow players to come sign big contracts from wherever they come from, play for 1, 2 seasons without performing, but somehow because of big, heavy contracts, they're still there. They can't leave. He's saying these are the things he wants to change. But in doing this, the focus is going to be on empowering academic kids. But with the way Carrington is now and the lack of improvement it has suffered over the years, there's got to be an adjustment. And that is why we've heard stories and seen stories of plans, and I was told this when I was at Carrington that uh, Carrington might be history in a few years. The plan when Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes in is that they are going to buy, I think, a golf course just in the neighborhood of Carrington, a big, I think, two big golf courses, in the region of about nearly £200 million, and and build a world-class training facility, a world-class new training ground. Remember, United moved to Carrington so many years ago. We've been at Carrington for the longest time without any little ounce of improvement. I think in the early 2000s, that's when United moved to Carrington. So we are saying we are moving away from Carrington to try to go to a new place that Sir Jim is going to spearhead its building. They actually went for a guy who built the Leicester City training facility. That is looked at as the benchmark now. It's probably one of the best in the world. So they want to move United's training to that place. These training facilities are so important because it's the kitchen where everything is done. And the football today is highly technological. You've got to have the right technology, the right facilities, the right everything for you to be able to compete. Part of the reasons why Manchester United, whereas we've got good players from the academy, whereas part of the reasons we struggle is because the facilities we have at Carrington, like Cristiano Ronaldo said, are not good enough. So the plan for Sir Jim and Omar Beradan, this is part of why he brought in this guy, because this guy knows exactly what to do to be able to build a great kitchen, to come up with a strong kitchen, a good kitchen that will cook, where we will cook the best players in the world. Because if we are going to trim, because this has been one of our biggest problems over the years with the Glazers, big salaries, just going to spend money to buy players, pay them heavy money, they do nothing, get others, keep wasting money like that. The one way we are going to reduce that in the long term is by having a strong academy, keep promoting players from the academy, because academy players are never going to earn so much money. It's like you in your workplace. If you've been around and you are made by your organization, don't expect to earn the same money like a mercenary they poach from a different company to come and boost your team. They will obviously earn more than you, and in most times this doesn't feel good, this doesn't augur well with you, but it is the nature of of business, of trade. The people you've invested in, because the organization has invested time and money in you, in preparing you, so you don't expect them to pay you like an expatriate, like a person they see from outside very good and they want them to join their team, because they will then have to price that person out to attract them to their group. So United has been mostly for the approach of pricing people out of other clubs, because apparently they look good. Anthony has had a good season, bring him for 85 million quid. Harry Maguire has had a good season, bring him for 80 million. So and so has had a good season, Rasmus Højlund, bring him for 72 million. No, where that's expensive and it does not yield results. It's more of a galactical approach that Real Madrid is known for. It doesn't work in the Premier League. And this day and age, it's too expensive, because these expatriates, if I would call them in football, or mercenaries, cost a lot. So the plan for Manchester United is to build players from the academy, because at least the case study is there. The Kobe Mainos have shown how good they can be, and we can bring more Kobe Mainos. So there's an opportunity there. If you're a parent out there with your child, a footballer, there's an opportunity in the future for you to have a Manchester United player, because Sir Jim and his team are going to invest a lot in the academy. And the Manchester United Academy has always been the heart of this football club. So for me, that's a huge step. So the first job for Omar Berada is going to be, of course, as he trims the squad, is going to be to try and see how are we going to build a sustainable academy, an academy that's going to produce continuously, an overflow of talent year in and year out. Then we add in a few mercenaries, which for me, I think is a smart approach. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. My number one academy player in the past years, perhaps decades, remains Kobe Mainoo. Tell me who yours is, and look out for that Scott McTominay interview. It's a beautiful one. It will make you think twice about him and maybe love him a little. Yes, it will.